Hey everyone, it's Ashpreet, and today we're going to be building an investment researcher powered by Groq. So, our researcher today is going to take a company and pull up all the information about it, including the financials, the news, the recommendations, and send it to Llama 3 that's going to generate a investment report for us. This is what the investment report looks like for Meta. It contains an overview, core metrics about the company, it talks about the financial performance, growth prospects, news, and gives us a recommendation on the company. Again, this isn't financial advice. This is just an AI application you can use to build your own investment researcher. This AI app is under the file data repo under a cookbook. So fork and clone this repository and open it up in the code editor of your choice. Once you've forked and cloned it, open it up under file data, cookbooks, LLMs, Groq, investment researcher folder, and then we can run it. Let's do this step by step. Open up your terminal, then create a Python virtual environment so all our dependencies are isolated. Then install libraries like FileData, Groq, Streamlit, etc. Export your Groq API key and run the investment researcher. Once you run the researcher, you can give it a company stock and ask it to generate a report. Let's see what it does for NVIDIA. It first pulls the company information, then pulls real-time news about the company, gets the analyst recommendations, generates a draft of the report, and then produces a final report for us. For NVIDIA, it generated a nice little overview, core metrics for the company, talks about the financial performance. Oh, those are high gross margins. Talks about the growth prospects, the current acquisition of Run the AI startup, and then talks about the news, upgrades and downgrades, is telling us that Goldman Sachs has reiterated its buy, gives us a summary and a recommendation. Let's test it out on Meta. Again, this isn't financial advice. This is just an AI application you can use to build your own investment researcher. For Meta, again, it produces a nice little overview, talks about the core metrics. Let's see if the stock price matches. 440 on there. It does. Okay. Tells us about the financial performance of the company, growth prospects, news, and a recommendation. Finally, let's test it out for Tesla. Before we do that, let's talk about what's happening behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, this investment researcher has the app which we're running. This is the front end of the application. So over here, so this is where you customize the front end. Over here, we're giving it these models. You can see you can send it to the 8 billion parameter model. You can do mixed-role. You can even run it locally using Llama if you'd like. And then it builds out the entire application. The front end which you see is over here. You can customize this to your taste, to your choice. And then behind the scenes, once this information is generated, it's sending it to a file data assistant that adds memory, knowledge, and tools to LLMs. So over here, our assistant, we're giving it a description. Okay, you're a senior investment analyst for Goldman Sachs, and you're going to produce a report for an important client. Then we're going to give it instructions on how to produce that report. Some things like, when you're sharing numbers, make sure to include the units because from our backend, the numbers are coming up as the proper numbers. So it's like 10, 12 digits long. So we're asking the LLM to change it to proper units. And then we're reiterating that it should be properly formatted and follow this report format. We give it a format because we want to generate the report consistently. It should look the same across every time we generate it. So over here, we're giving it a title, talk about the metrics, performance, and we're giving exactly what we want in each section. Using this approach, it generates reports for us. That's it. Simple as that. Okay, let's look at for Tesla, overview, core metrics, talks about the financial performance, the growth prospects, and on here it says This is a whole recommendation based on the information which it has. Again, none of this is financial advice. Use this AI application to build your own investment researcher. And if you have any questions, open up a GitHub issue, drop by in the Discord, or just DM me with any questions you have. Thank you so much. Have a great day.